Ross, shout out to everyone here, but shout out to Ross and Rainey. Calum, shout out to you too. But
Ouch.
Rainey had press today. And no, shout out to Caleb. Caleb and I, we were a little bit more flexible today, even though my morning's a little crazy. But Rainey had press today for Jurassic World, by the way. So everyone
Let's
should watch
go,
that. And
Rainey.
Ross is literally on freaking tour with the Driver
Woo,
era.
woo, woo.
So thank you guys so much for being able to
Yeah,
make this
I'm
work.
excited to chat with you guys about this 10-year anniversary. I can't believe it's been 10 years. That's pretty insane. And this is the first time I've done one of these Twitter Space thingies. So I'm just trying to learn the ropes and figure out how to send emojis. How do I do that?
Well, I think you can't.
What?
So what we have underneath is the captions. I don't think you can add anything.
Can you guys hear me?
By the way, I'm so not an expert here, so anyone.
Yeah, Rainy, we can hear you.
Rainy, can we?
Oh, I found it.
Okay, because it might be being out in Texas. We don't have Wi-Fi over here.
We were able to hear you. Do you want to speak again? Oh, you know what? Your Wi-Fi might be a little off.
Can you hear me now?
I don't.
Yes.
Yes. I can hear. I can hear you now. And Ross, you did just do the emoji thing. Okay, you're right. Stop.
I'm going crazy with the emojis
Ross,
right
you're
now.
low-key an expert here. I know, you're going crazy
I'm
here.
I'm a quick learner.
Caleb, do you know how to do...
Wait, what?
You always have been. Do you know how to do the weird emoji things? I have no idea. So
no.
You got to click the heart.
I don't know what's happening.
Click the heart with the plus.
Wait, Kevin Coppola just texted and Heath and said that they're on the spaces. Request to speak.
Ezra
and Darren, our audience warm-up
guys. Why can't I see anyone? I see a bunch of amazing fans here, but I can't seem to see
wow.
Kevin and Heath and Ezra and Darren. Rainey, thank you for knowing this. Ezra and Darren were our warm-up guys. Like Rainey was saying, for our live shows, they essentially made sure everyone was having a good time. Yeah, they were the best and so freaking amazing. Guys, we were all on a group chat earlier and we were like, and Rainey and I also were texting yesterday about this. We're like, how do we just hang out with everyone in the crew? Because truly,
we should honestly rent out everyone. A space in LA and just have like a party, like a total, like maybe next year, like early next year, if everyone's available. We should just organize something where everyone who worked on Austin Alley can come through and we can all see each other.
Yeah. That would be so awesome.
I would love this so much. And
I have a lot of dinner plans next year, but I can try to make it work.
The thing is,
Calum, I totally forgot you were here.
Yeah.
We need more.
Get that.
More jokes. We need more jokes, guys.
I'm just kidding.
I would love that to happen. The thing is, the problem is someone has to plan it. And I do feel like that is our biggest weakness when it comes to hang out, because we all love each other and we all want to hang out, but we just don't know who is the leader in planning things. And somehow it ends up being Rainey and I. And I think Rainey got to a certain point where Rainey's like, I did this for 4 years. I'm done planning.
I keep offering my house though. I keep saying my house, my hibachi grill.
You're literally not in town right now. A lot of people.
But when I am, you guys aren't. So really, whose really problem is it?
Everyone was like, why aren't you guys all hanging out in person? One, first of all, we're still happening with there is still a pandemic. But second of all, we are in all different places. Like I said, Roz is freaking on tour right now. Rainey is ruling the world everywhere, and her voice is everywhere in beautiful animation stuff. Calum is also everywhere, and if sometimes
he's in my
Canada,
dreams.
I just live. He's
literally everywhere.
I know.
You have to get a COVID test before you go into his dreams, 48 hours ahead of time, but it's worth the effort.
Wait, can we get Kevin and Heath on here?
I do want to get to...
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to help Heath do it because I saw Heath and then he disappeared. But
we should just ask him silly questions like, I don't know. How'd you come up with?
And then
Awesome
one of our guest stars, Benny Boyd, aka Rico Rodriguez, is also listening, and equally sitting next to me on the couch as well, which is just wild
Rico.
for
me. Yes, Rico. Oh my God, how do you guys know each other? That's so crazy. You guys happen to be next to each other.
Yeah, we met in a chat room once.
You met in a Twitter Spaces event once.
Pretty much.
Okay, I think we're going to continue trying to figure out how to get Kevin and Heath, our original creators, on, because we want to hear their beautiful voices.
They're also really
we all really freaking miss each other. And they're also really hilarious, truly. I like that Ross is like, this needs to be funnier. Like, where are the jokes here?
It's
like,
high expectations of all you guys. That's what it is.
Give Calum and I about 5 minutes to warm up, and then we'll see what we can come up with. We'll start texting each other.
You're already doing great.
I am all for comedy.
Calum and I planned some jokes out ahead of time, so we'll see how they land. Yeah. Later on in the show.
But you won't notice them. Like, they're going to be like very subtle, like knock knock. No, I'm kidding.
Who's there?
Calum just leaves.
Wait.
That actually would be hilarious. That would be fantastic. Wait, guys, I'm all for comedy, but I'm all for also sentimental emotions here. It has been 10 freaking years since our
wild.
Show. By the way, can we actually talk about something? I have a bone to pick about just a bone to pick / a question. I consider today our premiere, but technically it was a quote unquote preview, and our premiere was 2 days later, which was really confusing to me.
On the 4th,
I'm still confused about it because the preview
because we premiered our preview was after Good Luck Charlie's Christmas movie. Yes. And then we premiered on our time slot on Sunday night 2 days later on the 4th.
I actually thought this was a reunion for the Good Luck Charlie Christmas movie.
I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Calum.
No. That's at 3:15.
Okay, got it. I'm jumping on that one too.
I just remember it was a Friday night. It was a Friday rainy night, but it was a Friday night, and then our premiere was Sunday. And I don't even remember what we did, to be honest. I just remember being so excited.
Do you guys remember when we drove to Burbank to go look at our billboard?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes. I saw a picture of that. It was on Sunset, right? Ross, I literally can't handle all the emojis.
No, I don't understand why I have a hand up and it won't go away.
You have to click the hand again.
It's so funny though.
That happened
I
to me
want it to stay now. It's like my buddy.
I still don't even know how you guys are doing this.
You hit the emojis.
Here's actually one of my favorite memories. Because we premiered December 4th, previewed December 2nd, and then I think we didn't have another episode for a while, or maybe we had one more episode for December. But that December, we all went to Disneyland with our families, and we took Kevin and Heath and their families too. And I remember,
I'll go back to December all the time.
Oh, what a song!
That was so fun.
But
that was fun.
I remember because we were already like taking pictures with fans at Disney. That's
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, just because of the preview and like the 2 episodes.
Yeah, the show hadn't come out yet, really.
Well, what was funny is like some people recognized us, and then a lot more came up to us. But then afterwards, they were like, "Who are you?"
Yeah,
like when people take pictures of the person that's getting their picture taken, just because they don't want to miss out. But they have no idea who you are.
I feel like it was 50-50 on that one.
Yeah,
I also remember Disney being like, "This is probably going to be the last time you 4 can do this. Like, go out together, and not cause a scene." And at the time, we were all like, "Oh, well, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you for believing in us and our show." But really, that was the truth. It was like, because every time we ever 4 went out together, it did. Like, when we
is getting, and I don't know if it's just me.
What?
Oh, what?
You just, we lost you, Laura.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you for sure.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's just you, Laura.
Was the problem. So
okay.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
I was gonna say, because like some of my favorite memories ever are like when we would film, and I was thinking about this morning. Wait, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, because it froze again, and I didn't see any emojis, and I was like, uh-oh, nobody can hear me. No, one of my favorite memories is because obviously, like, there you go. Thank you, Twiz, something. I see your emojis. Thank you. Thank you, Rico, for the emojis. Okay. No, what I love so much is, like, obviously, Ross and Laura, you guys were 14 when we started. I was 18. Calum was 21 or 20.
I was in my mid to late 40s.
Get out of here. But it was like, you guys, like, nobody had their driver's license but Calum. So, like, we would make Calum take us out to lunch. And then when like Ross got his license, then he was like, I want to take us out to lunch. And then we would go to Chick-fil-A, and we would go through the drive-thru, or like we would drive down the block around the studio. And literally my favorite memories are of Ross rolling down the windows like at stoplights, and like kids are, because we worked right by a school, and kids are like leaving school, and he'd go, do you guys watch Austin and Ally? And the kids would go, oh my God, it's Ross. And he'd go, Calum Worthy's in the back. And then we would drive off right when it hit the green light.
I love it. Yep, I totally remember that.
Or like when we're at the Chick-fil-A and they were like, are you guys the cast of Austin and Ally just driving in a car? And we're like, we are. We're coming for lunch. And they're like, can we get pictures? And Ross was like, can we get milkshakes? And they were like, and they were like, sure. And so then we got all these milkshakes, and then we took a bunch of pictures. Like, those are the moments that I miss so much of just us four being together.
My favorite moments were always when we were supposed to be like working, and when we get the giggles, and
yes,
like getting giggles on set is like so terrible because obviously like production has to slow down and everything like that.
Yes,
but those are my favorite moments for sure.
Yeah,
when you just like can't stop laughing, but you're supposed to be like focused. We had so many of those moments.
We had so many of those moments. In fact,
like that one time with Calum in the freaking the Drool tube. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yes.
Wait, I kind of don't. Wait, say it again. What happened?
So like Calum, you remember this, right? Like you had like, so Dez had like he was like collecting his drool. He was like basically like spitting in a.
Yes.
Do you remember that, Calum? Oh, he muted his mic.
Calum
oh, I'm back.
He got offended because you talked about his drooling problem.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
smell
you.
Me?
Wait, Calum, is this? Yes. And
there it is.
Honestly, we need to talk about. You should start using sequence.
Okay, got it. Good to know.
But wait, do you remember the Drool episode? That I'm totally
it was
blanking,
with
guys. My brain is mush.
Wasn't Kiersey in it?
Yeah.
Oh, Kiersey was in that one?
Kiersey was in that one.
Wait, no, it was you. Weren't you? But Ross is saying you were collecting your
That
drool.
was me off set. That was just a thing I was...
That's Calum. That was Calum's own personal health issues.
On the episode, Dez is like collecting his drool, and Austin has like a tube in his mouth or whatever. Because like we came up with this whole thing where we had like Austin had a drooling problem or whatever.
Yeah,
and there's this part where we're like Austin's like talking to Dez, and he's like, you could have just used water, but he was like actually spitting in it.
Oh yeah, I do
that's right. Yes.
Do you remember that
episode? Oh my God.
And but the moment that we were filming it, I just remember Calum took like such a long beat. It was so
I know exactly
hilarious.
Which moment you're talking about.
Where he like realized that he did something like pretty stupid, and he just like looked at me, and then like looked back at the drool tube, and then looked at me again. It was just so good. I literally,
you know what moment
I cried laughing.
You know what moment there's like two moments that come to mind that I couldn't stop laughing at. One in particular, do you remember when the Austin Moon dolls when they accidentally would pee on people instead of when you would squeeze it would like, because they were supposed to be the mommy change me dolls. And it was a scene that just Laura and I were in, but every time that it would pee on her, I would start laughing, which I felt bad because she was obviously getting wet, and hair and makeup was like, she can't do this anymore. Her hair is like gonna mess up, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. It's so funny. And I think they just ended up using like a clip where I just like have to look away, because I couldn't stop laughing. And then the second one is when we're all in the Sonic Boom together, and I forgot the context of it beforehand. And Calum goes, and then Calum calls the Miami Zoo, and he's like, Miami Zoo? Ka-ka! And then, but nobody told us he was
that one, I was going to bring that one up.
Yeah,
that
and nobody told us he was going to do that. And then he did it, and the reaction of all of our faces of like, what? And we all just busted out laughing.
Well, I remember Kevin and Heath walking over to me, and they whispered to me, they're like, we have a really funny alt for this bit. And or no, they didn't say they had a funny alt. They were like, we have this idea, and they told me the bit, and I was like, that is genius. That is so funny. And I remember we decided not to tell you all that I was going to do it. And I can take no credit because like it's just the line itself was so funny and so well written. Like our writers were so good on that show that I feel like so many of those beats, it just I feel like we did, the best we could with it, but the truth was the writing was just so amazing that like I just felt like we were giving gifts every single day.
Yeah, straight up shout out to all of our writers.
Yeah.
I mean, just phenomenal, talented people all the way through.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, I feel like everyone on our set, be it the writers, be it any member of our crew, be it our guest stars, we have incredible actors who have been our guest stars over the years. And so I do feel like our 4 lives were made easier because everyone else was so talented. And
you really are saying talented guest stars, and I can see Rico waving from his emoji.
Yeah, we had that one guest star, Rico
Ramirez, I think was his name.
Yep. That was it. That was also so fun. I felt like we were so excited to have Rico on, and it was just a really fun thing because I feel like Rico was excited to be on. We were excited to have Rico. We saw him on set all the time, obviously.
Yeah, and we've been trying to get him on the show since season 1, remember?
Yes. Can I just say, I used to think I had a really good memory, but I'm talking to everyone here, and I feel like something happened to me.
You're so funny.
I'm like, how many seasons did we have?
You're
Laura,
so
it's called
funny.
Austin and Allie. It was a TV show you were on.
Who are you people?
It was a television. A television is a box you plug into the wall for anyone under 14.
It was you wrote He Rocks together. You might just make it.
Okay, wait. I do want to just take a second and read a few
let's answer some
of
questions.
the fans' comments from some hashtags.
Yes, wait, hold on though. Craig Wyrick Solari is here.
No way.
One of our producers. Craig! Hey, Craig, we love you.
He was our producer and also
Craig, we love you
also
so
one of
much.
our directors.
Yeah,
he's an
Craig
amazing
was awesome.
director. Same with like Shelly and LJ and Eric.
If it wasn't for Craig, the show would not keep moving forward the way that it did every week.
It's true. Yeah. He also runs a set and makes.
Craig, we see the little peace sign. I saw that.
Craig makes a set so fun. Not only is he so good as a producer in terms of like making a show happen, but he also is making sure that everybody's having an amazing time making it. And I feel like that is reflected in the show.
Yes. Absolutely.
I totally agree.
For sure.
Craig, you are so wonderful. We all agree. We love you. And on top of this compliment, we should talk about you helping us plan a 10-year reunion.
Oh yes, Craig, we're gonna text you afterwards about this.
So I hope you're down to help because you are so wonderful and know everyone and has talked. Craig is just one of those people who he's so lovely and everyone wants to continue working with him. So he has continued working with a lot of people who are on our crew.
Yes.
So Craig, let's talk about actually doing a proper little 10-year reunion for all of us. We'll text you later.
Let's answer some questions.
Yes.
So they're all over the place. A lot of them are, by the way, I think we're trending number 12 right now. So very exciting. Yeah. Yes. Heath and Kevin and Craig, join our conversation. We're on a group chat right now as well.
Oh, Rico says breaking news. We're actually number 8 now.
Trending. Oh, wow.
Climbing up the charts.
There's just a billion hits is what we'll get.
I see number 7.
Fact.
I see that we're 7.
So I used to play that song on tour, and my guitar tech Diamond, it's literally his favorite song ever.
I love that.
Diamond, shout out.
Shout out to Brent Diamond. He literally, he's like requests it all the time. He's like, when are you guys gonna play Billion Hits again? It's so great. And this is like, typical roadie looking kind of guy. Like, he's got real long hair and a beard and like, so it's pretty great.
The songs were amazing.
By the way, the music.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, this actually gets to one question that I am saying. The music on the show was pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
And honestly, like, Ross, I remember when we would see you guys perform, because you would perform, obviously, your original songs and some Austin Alley songs, and they went hard.
Yes, they did.
They were like, it was really, really fun to always see them live as well.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of songs, but at Bunny Lynch, whose name I think is Vero, said, what is y'all's favorite performance and why is it obviously better than this? So Better Than This is
that's the Rain one, right?
Yeah. Doesn't get
so Ross,
better than
do
this.
Wanna,
that one was sick.
Talk about how sick you were?
Yeah, you want to talk about how you literally had like
literally
103 fever while you were doing that?
It was... I don't think I had ever felt so bad while performing. But
literally is one of the most epic performances. So
yeah,
there's something about there's something, I don't know what this is. Like delirium. Sometimes when you're kind of like not in your right mind, I find that you can sometimes connect to performance in a strange way. So I feel like that was like maybe my sickness sort of aided in me being present, if you will.
Yeah, totally.
100%. Oh, I totally get that. This is the story of my life.
Yeah. But no, I would definitely have to say that's got to be top 5 performances on that show.
Well, and
so
I
fun. And
remember
the rain, guys, was that was what the rain factor is really what helped
took it over the edge.
Yeah, just like really be in that moment, even though I was feeling so terrible. Because there's something about it that was like, it was like releasing.
I remember that was our last episode of that season, and
season 2, yeah.
And they had wrapped me, Calum, and Laura already before that, and your performance was the last scene of the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they wrapped us, but we were like, no, we're gonna stay. Like, we want to stay till the end. And so we like would stand right before, like right at the camera line, where obviously we weren't in the audience, but like where they couldn't see us on camera, but we were watching you from the thing. And I remember, obviously we knew that you were feeling sick, and so like in between takes we would go up and talk to you and like bring water and just like hang out. But like, because it was the last day and it was, emotions are already high, and then it's like this awesome performance you had to give, and then there's so much love around everybody there on that set. Like, you were throwing water at us from the set, you were like splashing at us,
and I kept saying, stop throwing it at me, and you just kept throwing it at me.
Calum went to the room and cried, but you couldn't tell because he was already wet because of the rain. And you kept pointing at us during the performance. And I remember just all of us just being like, oh my God, even when he's sick, he's still at a 10.
Yeah.
Like, his performance level every time is still at a 10, even when he has a fever. Like, you were still just like kicking butt.
It was a fun one. That was I'll never forget that day for sure.
Well, and it's so funny because I do feel like it was one of those things where we all have been working for a very long time in a variety of different things. But I think Austin Alley was unlike an experience for all of us that we have ever had before. And I know I'm saying this now as reminiscing because I'm just getting over getting sick, but I feel like Ross and I got sick so much over the 4 years. I lost my voice a couple of times, and then Raini, you and Ross got so sick in the like American Idol The Voice.
Yes. Do you remember that?
With Chloe and
which,
Halle.
by the way, if we
and Sabrina Carpenter.
And Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah. Shout out to them. Honestly, I listen to a lot of Chloe and Halle songs now. I'm serious.
They're phenomenal.
They're
Are you
dope.
kidding? They're phenomenal.
Yeah. Forgive me. That's a bop.
I remember because I had a sinus infection and I missed rehearsal the day before because I couldn't come to work, and Craig, lovely Craig, who looks out for everybody on the set, sent the doctor to my house and was like, don't come to work today, take a sick day, just get better, like, and come to work the next day. and I was still feeling a little bit under the weather, but I went because I'm like, well, I don't want to miss out, obviously, and like, hello, everyone needs me there. So I go. I remember literally just like, all I could do was rest my head on Calum's shoulder the whole time when they put us in the audience to watch the performance. And literally, I just told Calum, just don't move, please. And he's like, shh, I got you. Like, he would just whisper things to me while I'm trying to like relax. And then in the episode, you did move. And in the episode, you can see my eyes watering. I look so emotional for the performance. My eyes wouldn't stop watering because I was so sick. And I remember they like wrapped me out early and they're like, go home. And I was like, I'm not coming back until I can breathe through my nose again. Like, it was crazy.
Calum, I don't remember you ever getting sick. Is that just because you
he's
hit
Canadian.
it better than everyone?
It's because he's a redhead.
No, I did get sick, but the three of you also sang a lot on the show. So like after, like we would like you also like, and also you. I feel like you, because like I got to take breaks when you were like rehearsing songs and stuff.
Okay, but wait, can I just butt in for a second?
I just saw. Oh, sorry. What are you saying?
Oh, I was gonna just say, Calum, you got to take breaks, but you worked arguably the hardest out of all of us, and like I think pushed all three of us to get to your level when it came to like the comedy and the lines.
I don't know if that's true at all.
Calum was always working his freaking butt off.
Yep.
And literally, I just remember being so inspired as an actress and as a person just working with you to be like, I gotta get my stuff together.
That is
to like just be on his level.
That is very kind of you to say, but also not true at all. I was just showing up every day just trying to keep up with the three of you. And huge shout out to LJ as well, who was constantly pushing us to be on our game and to be the best we can possibly be.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ross, what was your excitement?
I just saw a picture of the dog food guy, and it just because we made so many episodes that you sometimes forget like all the funny stuff that we did.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my god, I forgot about that, and that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just.
I look like Corbin Blue.
Wait, I need to see the photo you're looking at.
I'll tweet it.
Like,
yes, please.
Saying, and Raini was saying too, we have had some amazing freaking guest stars, and truly, like I was texting you guys last week because I've recently gotten into Ted Lasso, and Brendan Hunt, who writes, acts,
does everything on the show.
Does everything on the show. He was our Spike. What was his name?
Spike Stevens.
Spike Stevens, who Calum's character Des was like a huge fan. Like even I remember right from the pilot episode, you mentioned the character Spike Stevens.
Yeah. And I was a huge fan of him on the show too because he was so funny. He was so good. And
he's brilliant.
He never gave a bad take. Like even in rehearsals, we would be like running it for the first time, and every single beat he would do, he would crush.
Yeah, big groundlings guy, right?
Yeah, Brendan.
And then.
Pardon me?
Wait again.
Big groundlings guy, right?
Huge groundlings guy.
Yes.
Or maybe UCB.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think Second City.
One of those three.
If we want to be clear, if we want to know, there's a difference.
Okay, I just tweeted it, guys. I just tweeted that photo.
Wait, we use a hashtag because right now we're trending number 5.
Oh, I totally messed up and didn't use a hashtag.
It's all right. Hold on.
Are there any other questions we should answer?
Get out of here. I'm not the dog food guy.
Wait, I cannot do more than one thing at once. It is one of my biggest weaknesses. So I'm going to look for a question and then look at your hashtag.
Ross, you should grow your hair like that.
I know, it kind of looks good, right?
Let's do a perm on you.
What episode is this from?
Okay, I'm deleting it now.
No, don't delete it.
Well, Rydell's like telling me not to tweet it. I don't understand why, but...
Why?
I don't know. I think she's afraid I'll get canceled.
Oh God.
Okay. We're gonna move right along. But I don't remember the dog food. Wait, Ross, what episode is that?
That was early on. I'm pretty sure. No, it was this whole skit where they're like, "You kind of look like the dog food guy," and I was like, "I'm not the dog food guy." Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, I totally remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I remember that line. Is it weird that I remember lines and those moments sometimes over like the specific skits?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes that's kind of what helps.
Do you know what's a memory I have is doing the pilot with all three of you, and like for anyone that doesn't know, a pilot is like the first episode you film, and you don't know if it's going to get picked up or not, so you're just making it, and you're hoping if it tests well that you can actually make the show. So we like got together and like did this pilot, and I remember like because we had a live audience show, and we had it for the pilot, so the audience didn't know what the show was, but they were really enjoying it and getting really into the characters already. And I remember after like the first few scenes, like looking at the three of you and just being like, I think this is like a really great show. Like I think this is not only going to go, but I think people are going to like really love it. I thought I was going to have a joke in that, but there's no joke. I'm speaking from the heart.
No. But honestly,
I'm also speaking from
the pilot...
this letter that my publicist told me to speak from.
There it is.
I love it. But I honestly do feel like, and I know we say it all the time, and I'm going to say it for the rest of my life, I feel like there was just a magic that you cannot plan.
Absolutely.
You can't try to necessarily achieve. You don't know if it's going to happen, and it just like everyone on this set felt like family instantly. And agree with you on the pilot, like the three of you guys were so awesome and so wonderful, and I just was like pinching myself of like how, you know, I mean, drama happens on sets and it happens all the time, and people just because you work together on a show doesn't mean you're gonna like the person you're working with. I've been very lucky over the years to always have really amazing people I'm working with, but
let's name names. Let's get into it.
You know, no, but I could not have anticipated just absolutely falling in love with our friendship and all three of us, or all three of you guys, and me just being friends and being
oh my gosh.
What?
I just thought of another moment.
Oh God, tell it, go.
Okay, okay. Do you guys remember when okay, it was the mattress store episode.
Yes.
And I think what happens is we end up flooding the mattress store or something like that.
Yes.
And I can't remember how it happened. But there's like a part. Oh shoot! Do you remember how it happened, Caleb?
I do. Well, I remember us having a plan. I remember all of us talking, and we were like, "It's gonna be so funny because we're gonna stand there, and they're gonna spray us with water, and we're just gonna stand still, and like we'll be like, though after this, they like spray us with the water, we'll cut back, and we'll all just be standing there in the same positions, just soaked in water." And so I remember like talking to Kevin Heath about it and the director of that episode about it. We're all just like, yeah, this is a great idea. And the three of us or the four of us were like, yeah, let's do it. And then we were doing it. And immediately it was really strong. And it immediately I fell right over.
I remember that.
Like it was like I got hit
so
by
funny.
like an airplane.
And then at the end, and then they kept sputtering, like the water kept sputtering up.
Yeah, it didn't stop.
It was so
horrible.
Shout out to Casey, our special effects that did that.
Who was amazing.
Oh, I gotta rewatch the blooper reel. The blooper reel is just so freaking funny.
Guys,
but you guys remember when Austin Moon's dad, he like spanked me? He's like, good job, son, and he spanked me. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
That shit was so funny. And it was so funny. Disney was probably never gonna air that. But
no, I have all the blooper reels at my house. I have all the blooper reels at my house. So when we guys do our hibachi thing in another 10 years, then we can watch them together.
I'd love
and laugh because my favorite thing ever is to watch.
Are they not on YouTube?
I think somebody leaked one of them on YouTube. I'm pretty sure.
We should put those on
YouTube.
For sure.
I don't know if they are on YouTube.
We had,
yeah, Raini also has them, and I'm like in awe of.
Dude, put it on the internet.
You having them because I'm like, I want them. They just bring me so much happiness whenever we would watch.
They are so funny, dude. So funny.
Okay, wait. Another question. That I took a screenshot of because they are going so quickly.
Wait, did we ever actually answer the music question?
What's the music question?
No, we didn't because what are all our favorite performances?
Oh, I wanted to say "Steal Your Heart" was one of my favorites.
I love that.
I love that.
That one's really good.
Because I don't know.
Oh, that was also.
It was when Austin was a player.
Is that why you love it?
It was pretty fun for me. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was like singing this song and I saw all these girls. It was just fun for sure.
I remember when you did that.
16, 17. I was living large.
Ross was living the high life.
Yeah.
I remember during the.
I totally had a crush on Kiersey, yo.
Whoa.
Of course, she's adorable.
I still have a crush on Kiersey.
We all had a crush on Kiersey. She's freaking adorable. We love her.
She's amazing.
Truly, though.
She's amazing.
She is so wonderful. And just shout out to Kiersey.
She's doing so well. I love all of her latest movies and stuff. She's so good.
Real talk, though, Glee Club was like up there for me because one, it had like all of our fun songs, and then we all got to perform together, like this fun, really crazy routine. One of my other best friends was in it, Ashley Argota, which was really fun, and we had a whole bunch of other fun guest stars. Like we had like 6 guest stars that time. Bruno, who played our Bruno Amato, who played our coach, was in the episode.
Oh, yeah.
He's phenomenal. Also, like, just so many funny people. Roman, who's on Ghost now on CBS.
Yeah. John Paul
Green,
who wasn't in that episode, but who is one of the funniest
he's also
people
another
on the planet.
Yes. JP is the best.
Shout out to Bruno, who's running for Congress.
That's true.
Yes.
I literally... Yes, Bruno,
yes.
Wow.
Yes. I know, it's amazing. Good for him.
That's super cool.
That episode was so fun, and honestly, what was so cool about it was like the fact that all 4 of us and our guest stars got to like sing with us, and everyone was just very, very talented. Calum, you sang "I'm Finally Me," which is one of my favorite moments ever.
Yes.
I loved it so freaking much. It just absolutely brings happiness into my heart and soul. And Raini, you were always like, I feel it shouldn't shock anyone, but it still shocked people how freaking talented you are. Because I know we had the first season, we had the diner singing episode where you sang, which was freaking awesome. But then the Glee Club episode, you were like giving, girl. You were giving everything. And I just remember it was so much fun for us all to just get to like dance and sing together. It was so good.
Before you go to the next question, literally, I got to perform "You've Got a Friend" in our finale, and that was like so crazy to me to like sing something as like iconic as a Carole King song. But what was the most like the memory that I will never ever forget in my whole life, and I love telling everybody because people will say, "I love it when you performed You've Got a Friend," and I'm like, "Thank you so much." My favorite memory of that show is when Heath and Kevin were like, "We want you to sing a whole song in our finale," and I was like, "Oh my god, this is huge! Like, you guys, oh my god!" And they're like, "Yeah, we love you," and I was like, "I love you, okay, great." And then they told me the song, and I was freaking out about it. And I remember you and Ross had already gone home for the day, and so Calum was down the hall. So I run down the hall, and I'm like, oh my gosh, guess what? I'm like, I get to sing "You've Got a Friend" in the finale without missing a beat. Calum goes, "You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me."
That's what I thought the song was.
I was like, that is not the right song.
Well, like Disney.
And he's like, yeah, and he goes, "Oh. Well, I'm sure the song you sing is still going to be great." And I was like, you don't, oh God. And I will never forget that, because that moment I was like, guess what? He just got the song completely wrong. And it was my favorite thing ever.
But per usual, he had 100% confidence.
Per usual. And everything Calum does is with confidence.
And I think that's what makes it so much better.
Yep.
Okay, wait. Calum, I want to hear what your favorite performance is, but I will say Darren just requested to speak. So after you say your
let's bring him in. My favorite performance, honestly, all of yours. All of them are so good. That's honestly my answer, because I loved it.
What about your favorite episode, though?
My favorite episode. That is so.
I think one of my favorite episodes ever.
That's such a different question.
I know. And listen, we did like 84 episodes, I think. So it's so hard to pick one. But one of my all-time favorites forever.
Of your memory right now
is Claus. Dun dun dun.
Oh my God! Yes,
I thought that episode.
What was it? Filmmaking and fear breaking. filmmaking and fear breaking. Claws.
I think that's the one. Yeah. That one was so. I thought we all were hilarious in that episode.
Yeah.
Like when I was like this or, and you're like, or what? You were so funny in that.
That is one of my favorite jokes.
And then when Trish like was practicing her screams and she was like, that one was in Spanish. And everyone was like, they sound the same.
Yeah.
Like I love those. So freaking funny.
This or joke was high quality.
Also, like that writing is so fantastic. Good. Like that's like such a great classic joke that has never been done, and I can't believe they thought of it. Like that's like the Who's on First, but I actually feel like it's better than Who's on First because it's so simple. Yeah, I said it.
Wow, Caleb.
Take that, whoever did that first.
Darren, before we let Darren in, who again was one of our warm-up guys for our live audience shows. Shout out again really quick to all of you guys. I think are trending number 4.
Let's see.
Which is amazing. But also speaking of writing, Calum, you got to write 1 episode or 2 episodes for the show?
1.
And Raini, you got to freaking direct 1 episode of our show. So when we were saying earlier, some of our amazing directors, we've had some amazing directors, you freaking directed, and like such an amazing episode.
Thank you.
So I'm saying all this because I'm realizing I forgot everything, and everything is coming to me in this moment.
But you know what's so great? I love watching you rediscover everything about our show right now, live in front of over 3,000 people.
Idea that also you're watching me right now, like you and I are FaceTiming, or we're just like in the same room. But I'm gonna let Darren in, and I'm very excited.
You have to give him a proper introduction. He was not just our warm-up guys. He's also a Disney animator, guys.
I know.
Like he did warm-up acts like just for fun.
Yeah.
Like that's not. He didn't have to do any of that. He literally is a Disney animator.
And the thing with Darren is that he's so humble.
Yes.
So Darren really I didn't know about the fact that he's a freaking animator for Disney movies until I feel like way later. He was still working, but I want to say it was like season 3 or season 4. And I think I actually found out because my friend Shane Top, who worked on So Random, I can't remember if Darren told me first or if Shane told me, because Shane visited Darren at like the Disney animation building.
Yeah, Darren's given my family and I a bunch of tours of the Disney animation building, and it's so awesome.
I'm just gonna read out a few of his as he joins. I'm just gonna read a few of his credits. Like,
please,
Frozen 2.
That little
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Moana.
Wow.
Zootopia, Big Hero 6, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wow.
Like, he's unbelievable.
Those are some amazing films.
Everyone.
He animated one of my favorite. Yeah, Darren.
Please welcome Darren.
I just walked through the line.
I didn't want to jump on until you were trending number 4.
What's good?
That's what your agent said. Yes.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here.
Nobody wants to hear about me. They're here for you. I want to talk about
you.
Hi.
I want to talk about the chemistry you guys have. And how that was the success of this show. And how
how's it going, guys?
It is brilliant that
I probably mute my mic.
That you guys are still talking to each other. You know, that's kind of rare in television sometimes. But I think that you guys were such good kids that it was destined to be a success.
What's going on?
And
thank you.
Easy to do audience warm-up because the fans were electric about this show. I also want to ask, because you have hundreds of fans listening right now, what was one of your favorite positive fan moments, interactions?
Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. Pause for a second. Darren, you are so freaking lovely and so wonderful.
Yes.
That was so kind. I was very overwhelmed by all the loveliness you just said. And honestly, it was such a team effort for the whole crew.
Yeah, it was.
You guys included. Like, I appreciate that you are saying the fans were already electrified coming to the show, but the live tapings are long, and there comes a certain point where I do feel like for fans, they're like, jokes aren't funny anymore. And you and Ezra single-handedly made everyone have such an amazing time. So first of all, please take that credit and take credit for the incredible element of awesomeness you added.
Thank you. I will pass that on to Ezra. Ezra had to jump out.
Please pass it on.
I gotta head out, guys. I just want to say I love you all, and I miss you all, and
we love you.
I'll see you and talk to you guys all very soon, and I gotta go though.
All right, love you, buddy.
Have a great show tonight.
Yes, go have a great show, Ross.
Who was that guy?
He left.
As everyone,
Laura. He left
who
already.
Maybe joined the. No, I know. So Raini, I know. As everyone who maybe joined right in the beginning, Ross is in the middle of tour right now. So we weren't even sure if Ross and Raini were going to be able to join the Spaces event. So I'm really excited that we were able to do that. And this also, I told everyone this would be like 30 to 45 minutes, and we are definitely over that.
Because we're having much fun.
I know. I wish this could last forever.
But I have a good answer for Darren's question, which is a fan experience. So obviously after the live tapings, we would meet lots of different fans, and they would come down, which is what I didn't see a lot happen. I saw a lot of different shows like walk up to the barriers and like sign the autographs through the like the fence thing they had, but like for us, they would bring them down to the floor, and we would like set up after the show, and we would like meet them, spend a minute or two with them, and sign stuff, take pictures, and all that kind of great stuff. And I remember this little girl, she had to have been like 7 or 8, and she walks up to me and Laura, and like she said hi to Ross and Calum, but she was really there to see me and Laura. Like her mission was Laura and I. So she walks up and she was like, Allie, like she didn't even call us Laura and Raini, it was Allie. She was like, Allie, I want to be a songwriter just like you, but I'm kind of shy to write songs, but I want to be just like you when I grow up. And then she looked right at me and said, but Trish, I'm also lazy like you. So, and then everyone just starts laughing because she said it with the most like endearing, pure heart ever. But she's just like, I can't. I'm lazy like you, and that's probably why I'll never become a songwriter, because I'm lazy like Trish. And that for me was hysterical, because to be so young, and clearly she had big dreams, which was awesome. But to like also realize like, oh, I might be getting in the way of my own self. That also made me laugh. But we had so many kids that would, we did a lot of Make-A-Wish visits, and that was really special to have them come up, and we would tour the sets with them, and we would, spend time with them at lunch, and to have those kind of like positive vibes and moments with them as well. And, all the different fans that like Ezra and Darren would pick out in the audience, and they would, talk to us and tell us how much they love the show and just their favorite episode. And then I had little kids coming up to me doing the Trish dance that I would always do. Like, so many positive fan interactions, like so many.
Honestly, I know it was, I remember Calum and I, were able to do the Disney cruise. We were filming something for Disney 365. I'm not sure if they even do Disney 365 anymore.
I don't think they do.
But Calum and I were on a cruise, the Disney Dream, I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to keep a somewhat low profile because there's nowhere to go when you're just on a boat in the middle of the ocean. And I think we saw Aladdin on the cruise, like in the middle of the cruise, and somehow we were trying to sneak out before it ended, so we didn't sneak out we didn't leave when everyone else was leaving as well, and we got the timing a little bit wrong, and a young girl saw both of us, and I kid you not, screamed like this blood curling, like loud, like a scary scream, to the point where I think people were nervous something bad just happened. So of course everyone like turned their head, and then everyone recognized us on the boat.
That's
so
amazing.
It was, I think we still
every single person went, OMG, that's Laura Marano, and that's Ron Weasley. The exact same time.
They were like, Ron.
How do they know each other?
Oh my God.
A huge fan.
They're like, look, it's Ed Sheeran.
I was just gonna say, Ed Sheeran. We're a huge fan.
It's Calum from 5SOS.
Well, one of the best things about being on a Disney cruise when you're there while you're on a Disney show is that everyone on the boat watches you on their TVs because that's what the programming is. So they spend they're back there watching you. So pretty much everyone on the boat knows who you are, which is really cool for them for the first day or two. And then by day 4 or 5, you're just in the buffet lineup and everyone's like, "Hey, good morning. Are you getting the eggs?" And then it's just you have 2,000 people that you've already met that are now just friends that are just getting through their vacation with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, and really, it was honestly kind of my dream because this is in the days before Disney Plus. And I didn't have that ability. No one did of having a television that showed you every single Disney thing ever made ever. But on this cruise, that's what you had. It could be any animated movie, any movie in general, any TV show. So it was absolutely my favorite thing ever. I was very excited. Probably saw a few Darren Butters originals.
Yes.
By the way, Darren, I love that you're still a speaker here. And we
Yes.
just
I was actually going to ask. Well, first of all, I just want to reference the point that we can literally say that back in our day, to watch Disney Plus, you had to go on a cruise ship for a week just to log into a Disney Plus. But I was actually asking Darren, what was your favorite memory from the show?
I think it was finding out that you were my Secret Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was magical. I felt special.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And
we did Secret Santa. We did Secret Santa every year, and we loved it.
And I loved the families that were in the audience.
Yes.
I got to know Laura's father and Rainy's entire family. It was really a great experience, and I think that was what fed into the vibe of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it just was a whole humongous who are immediately added to that family vibe, even for Peter's family. Calum, whenever your parents came over, we were so excited. Rainy, you have literally the best family ever. I'm still and will forever be obsessed with your mother. Diane, shout out Diane. That's why we were so excited when Rico got on the show.
Shout out to
yes.
Yeah. We were literally so pumped. But also, speaking of family, shout out real quick. This can become a Darren Butters Twitter space, because shout out to Darren's family. His daughter Julia Butters from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What? So I remember when Darren brought Julia to a taping, and we were in the parking lot, and he was like, "She wants to get into acting. Do you have any advice for her?" And she was 5, and I was like, "You're so cute." I was like, "Just keep being yourself. Just keep being your awesome, beautiful, adorable self, and you're just gonna rock it, sweetheart."
The four of us were smoking cigars, just going, "Good luck, kid."
Yeah, and we're like, "Don't let this business tear you down." And she was like, "Okay," and then that was it. And then she goes on to star with Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie, and then on a TV show, on ABC.
Well, I want to thank you guys for giving me good advice on things to look out for, things you wish you had known. That was very valuable.
We just told you, hey, only work with DiCaprio. Just do that. That's
only.
Yeah, I mean, I thought
and
it was
Tarantino and Brad Pitt. Just focus on them, and you should be good to go.
Perfect.
Darren, we love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here. Truly,
yes, Darren, we love you.
I wish we were all back on Hollywood Center doing another live show and having you and Ezra just warm everyone up and just be those wonderful, beautiful people you are. But we miss you and we love you so much.
We miss you, and it was, like I said, it was a crown in a jewel in our crown for our warm-up career to do this show.
Thank you.
Well, it was an honor to work with you, and I hope it happens again. Yes.
Yes. Laura, do you have any other questions?
Oh, I have so many questions. But I also am very excited that we've been able to be very flexible with this conversation because listen, we haven't all talked to each other like this in a really long time. So I just also want to say we are trending #1 in Argentina.
Wow.
No big deal. So thank you everyone in Argentina who's listening.
Well,
but yeah,
what I love about this, by the way, is I keep forgetting that other people can hear us. And this is
Calum, I've had to remind myself like 3 times that it's not a phone conversation just between us
because
three.
I just hope people know that when the four of us do talk, this is exactly how it goes. Like you were hearing a very authentic version of our friendship. We don't just talk about ourselves the whole time. Like we talk about other things, but like in terms of like how we interact and like joke around with each other, this is our friendship. So I really love this format. I'm actually really happy because I feel like we forget that we're actually we're talking to people.
Yeah, we were planning. Laura had all of us in the group chat, which is real, y'all. Not in our imaginary group chat, but in our real group chat, planning all this. And then Calum and I like FaceTime for like 2 hours yesterday and just rambling about everything. And then literally I had to like remind myself just now, like, okay, this is not like a FaceTime conversation. Like everybody can hear us. Watch what we say.
Yeah, I just want to say I did a spaces event. I don't know what the correct noun is, but I did
terminology.
What the correct terminology is, but I did one in October. And I remember after doing it because Raini, I think you joined in and I didn't see you until after.
Yes.
Everyone was like, Raini was there. I started in my head being like, oh my God, I knew that we were all not going to be in the same place on this day. And I knew it was a really special day because it had been 10 years. And so I was started in my head forming like, what if we did a spaces? Is that crazy enough to work? And of course, I did not mention this to anyone for a very long time until I mentioned it to Raini like a week and a half ago. And then Raini's like, I'm not sure. And then never responded until the day of my birthday and was like, maybe we should do a spaces. And then I was like, oh, we should do a spaces. But then we also proceeded not to tell the boys until yesterday.
Until yesterday. And then we were like, we kept talking about it. And then we were like, maybe because I didn't understand it. And I was so confused by spaces. And then I like figured it. She was like, yeah, we should. And then we were like, but we'll just, and then we like got so excited about the idea. And then we just didn't do anything about it until yesterday. And then we were like, you know what we should do? A spaces.
And we were, I knew it was really last minute.
Yes,
and I knew,
there we are.
I knew it was really last minute. And I knew Calum is always working on doing stuff. Ross is obviously on tour. So I was a little bit like, I hope it works out. I think I also, when one gets sick, everything's just harder. So I was just like, ugh. But I'm so happy that we were able to make this happen. I obviously want to answer a couple more questions, but I don't want to take up all the hours of everyone's time. So why don't we look at a couple more questions? And then,
well, Laura, you paid me for a full hour, so I can go a little bit over.
Calum, I only pay you if you are funny. So
you guys are stop. I have a question that keeps popping up in the hashtag, which is, would we ever do a reboot or a revival if asked?
Oh my God, I have been saying this for years. Let's do a movie. Let's
so ready.
Send a screenshot of this trending right now and send it to someone and be like, let's do a movie in a beautiful other country. That is my goal,
great.
to be honest.
Yes.
That is what I want for ever and ever and ever. I think it would be so much fun. I have no idea what the story would be. Because our finale definitely ended with a lot of things being resolved years and years later. But I would love to do it. I miss you guys. That would be so freaking amazing. Getting to travel and be someplace with you guys. It would feel like a vacation and work obviously as well. But I would love to do it in a heartbeat.
I 100% would too.
I would too. It'd be so fun. It'd be. I honestly.
Calum's like,
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. No, I'm kidding. I would love to. I would love to because I think it would be a great show or a great movie or a great whatever it is. And I also really team is one of the best teams that have ever made a show. I will really stand by that because everyone got along so well. Everyone was so supportive. It was such a positive environment that going to work every day and being with all of you was amazing. And again, that's exactly what my publicist told me to say on this call. So I just wanted to make sure I got all those points down.
Oh God.
I feel the same way. I really do. So 100%. I know we're all in. So we can't totally control it. I don't know who does control it individually or specifically, but I know we would all be down. Okay, wait. We are going to get absolutely annihilated if we don't answer a couple more questions. So
okay, do it.
Speed round, answering a couple more questions here. This was from a while ago, but Val, and we kind of did answer a little bit of this, so if we feel like we already answered this, we can move on. But Val, in her Twitter username is @StarlightVal. She said, "What was the most memorable scene you filmed?" And then she also did ask, "Why did Allie destroy the talk show host?" Two very different questions. But guys, what was the most memorable scene you filmed?
Go for it. Unless...
Well, no, go for it.
I was going to say one of the most memorable ones for me was our season 3 finale because we didn't know if we're coming back, and so I remember being terrifying because at the very end of that episode we're like, are we coming back for a 4th season or not? Because you never know. And I remember that being, I just thinking I would give anything to get back in a room with these people, and we got to, which was so fun. So that'll always stand out as like a crisis averted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, getting emotional or whatever, but yeah, I would say like the season 4 finale, because for us, it's when we like knew that it was over. And I remember in rehearsals when we were doing the "You've Got a Friend" song, and literally, like, Laura, do you remember we couldn't stop crying?
Like, I know.
We couldn't, like, guys, we could not stop crying, and it was even more emotional that I'm singing this beautiful song about friendship and love and how we're just always going to be together, and if you needed us you could call. Yes, Calum, it's that one. And literally, like, I'm singing it and I'm crying as I'm singing it, and then it's making Ross, Calum, and Laura cry because they're the only ones, because when we rehearse we don't have, you know, our background actors with us. It's just, you know, our stand-ins. Shout out to them. Jason, Nicole, Kalia, and Jonesy. We miss you guys so much. But and so, you know, they would be sitting in the audience for us. So it's like just them three, Ross, Laura, and Calum, and then our stand-ins just kind of sporadically in there. And so I'm looking directly at them, and I'm literally like I'm singing to them, and I couldn't stop crying, which then again would make them cry. And then at one point, like, our director, Shelly, he walked over. He's like, "Hey guys, so like, we gotta tone it down on the crying, because it just kind of feels like we're dying. Not necessarily like the show is like ending, just like we're like dying." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Gotcha. I will tone it down." And then we would do it for like the run through, and then the run through, everyone's crying. I mean, it was just a whole thing. Like, I remember that, a lot of tears, a lot of just being tired of the crying, of that sort of thing. But a lot of like funny memories of like episodes stick out. Like, remember when the volcano exploded on us in the episode where Trish gets jealous of Kira and Allie's friendship?
Oh my God, yes.
And then the volcano exploded on us. Or I remember like the chili cook-off, or when I didn't have eyebrows, and then you were like pink or green. And then I remember when they had to throw cheese puffs on us in season 1. Just random, or like when we filled up with all the popcorn. Like, I remember those funny moments, and I'll watch episodes and I'll watch the scene, and I'll know exactly what we did in that moment, like right as they said cut. Like the do you remember the piñata that stood from the thing that you had to like knock down or something? Do you remember that, Laura? And you couldn't knock it down every time you hit it, like it wouldn't fall. And then like Casey.
This sounds vaguely familiar. And
yes, I can't remember the episode though. And it was, and you were trying to break it, and you couldn't with the bat, and so you'd be like, okay, one more time, and then you would take a step back, and then you'd go in, and you couldn't hit it for like the life of you. And then they came in to like check it out, and they're like, no, it's fine. She just has to whack it. And then Ross just looks at it, and he's like, oh, and then it was like spinning, and he stopped it, and then it just fell. Like, I remember those moments in like different scenes. Like when I watch it, I can remember like funny bloopers and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I have a good memory that I can remember stuff like that, but I have so many memories.
No, I don't totally remember the episode, and I don't totally remember it, but I do feel like that sounds very, very accurate. But I agree, there were so many good ones that, the chili episode. Oh my god, that episode. I have nightmares about that episode. That was such an intense episode. I remember and we were
Laura? Rainy?
Also doing
Laura,
I think
I'm here.
Laura's turning into a robot.
Laura's turning into a Zalian. Laura, you're there.
Am I still a robot Zalian?
I hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Well, that's so sad.
Yes.
I just said all our secrets in the last one. So too bad
all the
that no one could hear me. Yeah, that's such a shame that no one can hear me. But you guys can hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just saying, I was saying the chili episode, what an episode. It gives me nightmares to this day. But I remember the episode where Austin Elliott Fisher, that same week we did the table read for the Jessie crossover for the Christmas New Year's Eve crossover. And we just got a lot of notes on the original script of that episode. For whatever reason. I don't even remember why. I remember loving the original script and I loved the new script, but that meant that night we had to have a complete rewrite of the script that we'd spent 3 days rehearsing. And then they found a piano. And the next morning, we got a new script at 7 a.m. and we were starting filming at 9 a.m. So everyone who's listening, that means, a lot of our lines, maybe not all of them, but a lot of our lines were completely different, and we hadn't had maybe the proper time to kind of memorize and look at them. So I just remember all of us, Eric Dean Seaton was our director, and I remember all of us being like, this is going to be a really interesting next 2 days, but we're all in and we're going to make it work. And we did. And it was honestly one of my favorite episodes to film because everything felt so fresh and we hadn't worked on anything. It was kind of exhilarating. So I remember that being an episode where I just felt like everyone again, crew, cast, writers, everyone just worked their freaking butts off and we made it work and it was really, really special. But I also, that same season, I always say Real Lives, and Real Lives is one of my favorite episodes, and there's so many fun scenes
I love
in that one as well.
That
was such a special one. We had such a good time. And I think we never, filmed the finale episode last, except maybe we did do in season 2. I can't remember, but almost every season, the finale episode we filmed like the week before. And I can't remember if Real Lives, I want to say that was the last episode we filmed that season, but maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Better Than This, that episode was the last episode we filmed of that season. But I just remember that last day, we had all been having such a good time that week. And I was like, I fell in love with all of you guys every day, every single time we finished.
That one was so fun because we got to do so many costumes, and then it really gave us a lot of freedom. Like at the table reads, I remember us like playing around with the voices of like the pirates and the Twilight characters, and then us being superheroes, and then I was a kangaroo and Calum was like Charlie Chaplin, and it was like all these different fun, crazy stuff that we got to do and really just get to have so much fun. Because when you're playing your character, you're your character, but then when you're your character who's trying to play something else, then you really get to have a lot of crazy fun with it. So I enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, no, 100%. Okay. We are the slowest speakers of all time because we have so many memories and want to get them all out. So I want us to answer more questions, but I also feel like we're going to be here for like 3 other hours. But I just saw one that I thought was kind of a fun question by Lexi at Austin R5 Alley.
Oop, you're going out again, Laura.
You're cutting out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me now? I think I'm so funny. Did you hear the question or the person or no?
I heard Lexi R5 Alley, Austin R5 Alley. But I didn't hear the question. So
at Austin R5 Alley, she says, "What do you think each character's reaction to the pandemic would be if they had to experience it?"
Oh my God! Okay.
I think Des would be in a hazmat suit.
I think we have an episode where we did use hazmat suits.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Allie would be pretty freaked, I feel like.
Yeah. I think Trish would be like, I think Trish would have signed Des up to be one of the first people to test out the vaccine because she can get paid for it. I 100% think she would volunteer Des to be like, yeah, he's going to get tested. Go ahead and give him the vaccine. And then where can I cash the check at? And I also think because Allie would be so freaked, Trish would be like, guys, it's going to be okay. I'll just schedule the vaccines. It's going to be fine. And then I totally forget to schedule them.
Yeah, no, I feel like Trish would definitely be the one who like takes control of the situation, but very like Trish wouldn't necessarily completely follow through.
No.
Trish was such a great character because she was, at the end of the day, yeah, maybe okay, she wasn't great at her other jobs, but she still was a really great manager. Like she did definitely follow through when it came to like her managing tasks, but every other job, yes, was not necessarily the same thing.
For sure. And I do think what I really did like playing about her was like, yeah, she had these like, like mean quips between her and Des, but like there was definitely this like love-hate relationship thing there going on of like,
yeah, Des loved her, she hated Des.
pretty much. Although we've talked about this, I'm pretty convinced that she liked him as well.
I do think so too.
I think she liked him too. And so it's kind of like I don't know. Heath and Kevin always said she's not mean. She's not a mean person. She's just like to the point and sarcastic, and you're either on her level or you're not.
Yeah.
And they're like because you say all these funny things, but like with a smile, and it just doesn't seem as mean as what, like if someone was like just being like a huge mean person.
No, that's true. And that's because the writing was great, and also you are such a good actor that you could play someone where you had a line that was really funny but really mean, but it didn't come across as too mean. It wasn't mean where it's like you were a mean character. It was just a really funny line. Like you have that ability, and that's also, I think that's a lot of credit to you and also Kevin Heath for and the writers for.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Our writing team is just phenomenal. But yeah, like, and that's what would make me laugh. Like, she definitely was bad at her jobs and super lazy. But when it came to being a friend, when push comes to shove, Trish was there. I mean, she was all about being there. So like, I feel like she would do the best thing that she could do with her ability. Like, she would move slowly, but she would get it done. But it would just be a little bit slower than normal.
Right.
or like to get the vaccine, she would like lie and say we're all over 60 and then make everybody dress up as like old people to like get in line. Like that's the kind of thing she would do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I completely agree. Okay.
One more question. Give us one more.
I just saw a nice question. There are a lot of nice questions, and there's also just a lot of funny comments too. You guys, everyone who's been tweeting the hashtag, you're so funny. I just feel like we also have really funny fans.
Yes, we do.
Sweet fans and kind fans, and love you all very, very much. Okay, Cynthia at Multimilia. If you guys could do a project together outside of A&A, what would you want it to be?
Definitely Two things. One, I think we would be hilarious in like a comedy action type of
actually, yes.
thing. Actually, Calum and I were talking about writing a movie yesterday about this like exact type of thing. But I feel like we would be so funny if like, I don't know, we're like 4 people that somehow like either we were friends before, like we met up in like this really weird situation, kind of like a really like those really funny cheesy action movies. Like we're actually like we like how Kevin Hart is in the movies with The Rock, and how he's
okay,
like
literally we would have such an amazing
time
doing
would.
a comedy action video or
yes
action
we
movie.
would.
That would be amazing
because like somehow Ross would save us because he's like super, you know, athletic and strong, and then somehow we're like messing it up.
Okay, you know what? I low-key resent that. I think we can all save ourselves.
I cannot save myself.
Like
you know what I mean?
Feel like though I do feel like we would probably have to all train a bit more than Ross, because yes, he is naturally very gifted athletically. But I think we all 3 could do it. Come on now. Where is our confidence here? Calum, we need that confidence.
I mean, I have confidence. I have confidence that Ross could do it a little bit better than us.
I just want to learn how to do a cartwheel. That's all I want in my life. That and a backflip. Actually, I'd really prefer to do a backflip. Maybe this would be my moment.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to step on your cartwheel dreams. I was going to say, I also feel like we would do really well in like a drama film, because I know a lot of people know us in comedy, but when we got to play those dramatic moments on the show, we just like all 4 of us just like thrived when we got to do that too. And in our careers, especially like in however long we've all been acting, I know that we've got to do some drama, and I would love to do some sort of emotional type of movie, or even like a really good horror film, like just that type of aspect. I feel like we would kill that too.
Well, hey, House of Gucci did really well. Let's do like House of Gap. You know, let's make it happen. There must be some drama in the creation of that company.
Are we doing this or are we doing this?
We're doing it.
I actually do feel like a comedy horror film would also be amazing to do. That would be, I'm just saying, maybe we do Austin Alley the movie, but make it a comedy horror film, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Somebody text Ross in our group chat, the Old Navy. A condo of Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
What?
And Jared Leto will be unrecognizable.
Oh God! Still somehow Jared Leto's in it with us.
Okay, I say this with a heavy heart, but I do think we probably should let everyone, especially our international fans, like go to sleep.
Yes.
This is recorded, by the way.
Oh,
so
no.
If anyone just joined at the end, I think you can listen to it. Caleb's like, no. I truly am so grateful. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Honestly, I was gonna say thank you to the fans, but Raini and Calum.
Oh God! And Ross missed that one. That was good.
I'm gonna kill you guys. Raini and Calum and
I
Ross.
knew it was coming.
And Ross, even though he's not here, thank you guys for joining and being here and making time out of your day for doing this, because I know you guys would, and I know how grateful you guys are.
And thank you for organizing it, because you're also extremely busy, and you organized this. So thank you. One last thing I just want to say is like I just want to do and I know I've been joking a lot. I do want a sincere thank you to all of the fans, because the show actually, when I say like we couldn't do it without you, I actually mean it. Like we wouldn't have been able to keep making the show if it wasn't for you. And it's and I'm so grateful that you continue to watch the other things that we do. It's so wonderful, and it makes me even more proud to be a part of this group and this family. And I want just all the fans listening to know that you genuinely are a part of our family as well, because we wouldn't be able to stay a family if it wasn't for you. So you're in the club, and yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You guys, we have just the best fans ever. I mean, literally, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a season 4. So, and to this day, to say 10 years later that you guys are still watching the show, reminiscing on memories, it's created so much friendship in this fandom, and you guys are still friends to this day. And then, seeing people on the streets and having them come up to us and say, like, you were my childhood. Or I even had an 8-year-old girl the other day come up and say that she just discovered the show on Disney Plus. Like, to me, that is crazy and so surreal and so just a huge blessing. When I was a kid, all I dreamed about was being on Disney Channel. So to be on a show like Austin and Ally with literally my 3 best friends was nothing more of my expectations. Like, it was just phenomenal. Like, everything about it was magical. Every moment was phenomenal. And I just really thank you guys so much for tuning in still to this day, 10 years later, coming along for the ride with us, reminiscing with us, loving it like we do. And I just, we really, really do have the best fans in the world. So thank you guys so much.
And one other person I wanted, just sorry, quickly. Sorry, you go ahead. You jump in.
No, Calum, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to Carol, who cast us in the show, because she's the reason why we all got there. And also, again, once again to Kevin and Heath, they chose to make the show in the first place. It was all their idea. And they have an amazing show coming out on Nickelodeon, and it sounds unbelievable, and I cannot wait to see it. So, huge shout out to them. Warped. It's going to be amazing. They've told me about it, and it sounds just unbelievable. So, yes, they're incredible, and follow them because they're some of the funniest people to ever work in Hollywood.
Yeah, straight up, thank you to Heath and Kevin. Like, literally, we would tell them every single day how much we loved and appreciated them, and thank you for hiring us. Like, till the end of season 4, we were like, thank you for hiring us. Like, thank you for creating the show and these 4 characters. And I know you guys are listening, and we just love you guys so much, and we just have so much love and admiration for both of you and the talent that you both possess. And being a fan of you guys before I even met you guys, of all of my childhood memories. So just to be able to work with both of you was amazing. And to Miss Carol Goldwasser too for casting us, and Disney for going forward with the show. Like, for putting, their love and support behind it, and us and giving us the platform to have fun on the show. Like, we really appreciate every single person that has ever put any work into the show. We love and appreciate you so, so much.
I just realized what a Twitter space really is. It's like doing a podcast with very high stakes because there's no editing. It's like everything you love about a podcast with all the stakes of live TV.
Truly, it really is that. And so I was so nervous. Literally, I was like so nervous this whole time. I'm so happy this worked. I just want to echo literally everything you guys said. Honestly, by the way, you both said it so beautifully. I
try to top it.
I can't, and I'm not going to be able to. I just find someone else to talk about. I'm like, but also that one extra we had in season 2, this goes out to you. No, but honestly, I'm just going to echo all of the things that you said. First, Heath and Kevin, we are just forever grateful to you guys. We love you so much. And we have been all wanting to get together forever, and we have not done it. And we are going to do it at some point. Yes, the worldwide pandemic did make things a little bit more difficult on that front. But Heath and Kevin, you have changed our lives so much. Truly so forever grateful for your talent and your kindness and just your love in all of the things. I feel the same way about Calum's gone. Calum's like,
oh yeah,
goodbye.
You only paid him for so long, Laura. Like, he can only
true. He's like, my hour's up. No, but honestly, I'm so grateful to Disney, so grateful to you guys. Like, Raini and Calum and Ross, I love you guys so much. It's truly ridiculous, and I feel very grateful to work with you guys. But yes, number one, to everyone who's been listening today, to everyone who's supported the show, like Calum said as well, to everyone who's continued to support us for all our other projects after. Thank you so much. This show changed my life. I'm so grateful, and I do feel like sometimes people are always like, you want to be like, don't talk about Austin and Allie so much, move on to other things, or blah blah blah. I will forever be proud of being a part of the show. I will forever be talking about being a part of the show, and I'll forever be grateful about being a part of the show. So I don't know what I would do without it. I don't know what I would do without the people that I've met and the people that I worked with on the show. And I don't know what I would do without you guys for listening and watching and being amazing. So thank you. Truly love you guys all so much. It honestly hurts a little bit how much I love you.
Yeah,
so thank you guys for listening. Have such an amazing day. Again, yeah, this is recorded, so hopefully
I saw somebody put in the hashtag oh, Laura, let Calum back in.
Yeah, I know, but Calum, you popped up and then you're not here anymore.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore either. Yeah, someone put in the hashtag, Laura, to not delete it by accident.
I appreciate your confidence.
That's what somebody put. I'm just telling you, so I didn't know if that was something that I needed to.
I appreciate the fans' confidence who mentioned it. I will try to. I say that bitterly, but then I also say this very genuinely that I will try, and I hope I don't delete it. But so I love you guys. Calum, I don't see you. By the way, I just cannot multitask. Looking at questions, looking at group chat text right now.
Yeah, because we're also
Raini, you have been.
Yeah, I've been texting. I'm texting while I'm talking. I'm a multitasker. I'm texting in the group chat that we have with Heath and Kevin and everybody. And then as well as talking to you guys, and as well to see that we're number 3 on United States Trends right now.
Welcome everybody to the Austin and Allie Twitter space.
Oh,
I missed everything you said, but I'm assuming you gave me a compliment.
Sure. Just don't listen back, okay? Just don't rewind this.
Yeah.
No, I've been hearing that a lot. My reps are always like, "Don't watch anything you're in. Trust us."
Yeah, just don't watch it back, okay?
Okay, I won't.
Trust me.
Oh my god, I love you all so much. I'm gonna go and sleep.
Yes.
But I really, truly just I love you so much. Oh wait, I want to end this with trying to figure out how to do the emoji thing.
Also, I'm gonna stay on for a while. I'm doing my taxes for my end of the year, and if anyone wants to just stay on and just listen to me type, enjoy it.
Oh God.
Okay, I don't know how to do the emoji thing.
But we feel it. We feel the emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, I can write something here. No, done. Yeah, I have no idea how you do the emoji thing, but
it takes time.
I appreciate everyone seeing everyone's emojis.
Yes.
Guys, have such a great day. Love you.
Love all of you.
Bye.